Hello, welcome to another episode of Ark Survival Evolved Mobile. I'm Dr. Tokara, and in today's episode we're going to take a look at the city, guys. We are continuing to build. We want to finish, but let's take a look. Alright, one thing I've done, I've already added drop boxes here at the dock. Okay, so we do have our tech teleporter, but as you can see it's kind of floating because of the terrain here. I do have a plan to fix that, but that is not a priority until we get to that point. We are starting at this end, and we are building our way out. The boxes are here when I'm starting to add pieces to the building components that I'm going to need. So right now, we had the city hall and my house. Now we have two houses for rent already. They are complete. This one, we'll start here. This one, as you can see the backyard, it's got a big backyard, bigger than mine actually. And then this one is a little different style. Everyone's going to look a little different. They all need painted. I've got to decide on painting schemes. I do have an idea for, what is it, this one here. I think this is the diner, the kitchen area, whatever we want to call it, the diner, the restaurant. It is going to be painted like one of the restaurants I used to use as a kid, or when I was in high school. My friend and I went to a certain city nearby, and after his mom and dad owned a Chinese restaurant, and when they shut down for the night, he and I would take off and go to that restaurant, strangely enough, and I'm going to paint it the same color scheme as that place. I think it was called Miami Subs, so it's going to have like a Florida beachy color to it. Even though we're not in Florida, that's the name of the place anyway. So I've got to decide on mine. I was actually gonna do mine that way, and then I thought, well, why not do the restaurant that way? So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so this one has a balcony. Let's start here. This is 104 Lava City Boulevard. We're gonna go in. It's already available for rent. It's fully functional now. It's got your bookshelves for storing things, your storage, more storage, and more. It's got lighting there. Let's see. We've got our chemistry bench, our fabricator, our refrigerators for storing things, our generator, smithy. I put two of these down just in case. Then I think there's another light up here. You got your forges up here. You got your light up here. There's room for more things to be added, and that'll be for the tenant to decide. Out here is the balcony. It's got a good view of the city. Look. This might actually be the tallest of all the buildings, actually. We'll see. Probably so, because some of these will have bigger backyards than they do up on this end. This end gets a little tight. So I like the way it can just look over and look down, and I like the way this one looks. So let's go back to the back side. It's got 3 levels. We can go out the back door here, and then you are in your backyard. Now I realize that some of the people who are in the area, we've got the side porch here too. I know that some of the people who live and play on the server, they like a lot of big animals too. Obviously they won't fit in here. What I'm thinking about doing, let's go out. I'm thinking about going over here. Can I see from over here? Yeah. Let's look over this. Over in this area, we may do a big, like a dino parking garage area for the people who rent here. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Some of these will have bigger yards, and some of them, this is the diner. It won't have a yard at all back here. But it might, we might have some picnic tables or something, but just for the looks mostly. So I've got to get started and finish up. We've got 2 houses to build here, and then we've got the apartment complex over there, and then people can start moving in. Technically, if somebody wanted to rent this house, it's ready right now. This one still needs to be furnished, but it can be rented as well right now. So let's keep building, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, guys, so we have 2 more houses completed in the city. Let's take a look. All right, so here they are. We've got one. Let's start over here. Can't get an angle here. This one's a little different than the others. A little different style. See the door there. It's got some big windows in it. And then we'll go around back. And you can see it's got a nice long yard. It's bigger. Look, this yard's bigger than. Look at that. You can see each yard gets slightly bigger than my tiny, tiny yard back there. So it's really designed for people who want to live here full time. And I like this one. I really like this one a lot, actually, with the nice wraparound porch. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. It's this one here. So you can see it in its full glory there. I'm running out of room on the main street to add things. You can see how it gets a little narrow, so I can't add a balcony like I would kind of wanted to, but I couldn't on this one. So we did a little different on the back. Just check it out. Alright, so in the back, it's got a nice backyard fenced in, but it's also got a built-in greenhouse. You can see that. So they'll have their own access. I need to add watering system to that, which will be fine. I'll do that on this one. But it's time to start on the diner and the blacksmith shop and the workshop. So let's get started on that, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we've got 2 more buildings complete, guys. We still have to do this guy, and that is next on the agenda. But let's take a look. Okay, let's start here. The diner. The diner's ready to be painted. It's glass front. Public access for anyone. You don't even have to live here to use this. You got refrigerators. You got your cooking station. Out here we have your outdoor dining facility. Back here is the industrial cooker that you can use to and you got your water tank right there. They will fill up when it rains. I guess it hasn't rained in a while, but you can use that when you come here. You do have to supply your own, ingredients and fuel and things like that, but it's all free to use for people who are in the area, want to come by and use it. It's fine. The public access passcodes are all the same. So let's kind of back up a little bit here and kind of see. It's kind of looking like a street now, guys. I like it. It's kind of coming into fruition. All right, so over here is going to be the blacksmith shop. That's where the fabricators and smithies and all that stuff will be. Actually, and out back we'll probably have industrial grinders and things back here for anyone to use, members of the city and other people too. So don't leave things in there that you don't want people to take, because they may not know that they can't take that. So you're free to use it and take your stuff with you. Okay. I'm liking it, guys. It's fun. It's fun to come through. You come out of your house and you go down to the diner to get dinner, or you can go here, do this, do whatever you need to do here, do some work, do a dungeon. The apartment building will be here, the community garden. So I need to get started. This is the barn where all the breeding will be done, and it's going to have a nice big backyard with a lot of different little pens set up for people to use to breed and things like that. I do have people who love to breed. So let's get started on the apartment complex. Okay, guys, we did it. We finished the city. It is ready to start operating. So let's take a quick look from the air. There's the city, guys. It houses 8 individuals and or tribes at one time. Small tribes, that is. So let's drop down. You can see I've got houses that way. There's the apartment complex. There's the barn. Let's drop. Okay. Let's start with the barn, guys. Let's start here. With the barn, and I'm probably going to add a big corral back here for breeding and storing and things back here. But look right here. These 3 chambers here, I can go inside. These are for breeding birds, such as RGs and griffins and pteranodons. You can put them in, you can fly them in, set them on roam and let them do their thing, and then you can jump in and grab babies and eggs and whatever you need to do. And then there's the way out right there. It's got the community code on it that most everyone who's played on the server before should know by now. All the public codes are the same. Let's go inside real quick. Okay, so here is a big door so you can bring allos and like medium-sized dinos in here, or whatever you want to bring in they'll tame right here in this open area. You can put griffins and things in these bigger chambers and then block them with a dino. I didn't want to put a big door like that for the griffins, and I can't come in and put railings down and then tear them down for every single time somebody wants to breed. It had to be a different way. So you will use a dino to block the entrance to keep things from coming out on this side. Same here, like wolves, you could put something here to block wolves from coming in. All right, this one would be for like small dinos that will can come through a door. There's 2 of these breeding facilities here. It's just a single level. I didn't feel like I started to add a second level up there. There's plenty of room up there, but I didn't think we really needed it, so I did not. Let's get a good look from the front. There's your view from the front of that one. Now let's take a look here. It's hard to see this. This is the apartment complex right here. This has 3 apartments in it. There's the community garden right there. So let's go ahead and go in. We're going to take a look at this apartment first. Alright, it's pretty standard, a little apartment. And it's got a nice little walkway you come in. It'll have everything in it. They're not decorated yet, just because I didn't have time. So we'll do that when they get rented out. And then this one. Oh, that's not supposed to be there. Oopsie. It's pretty much the same as the other, except it's just a little longer. A little different shape. Alright, so these 2, and then we have a penthouse apartment. So let's go check out the penthouse. I kind of like it the best. Alright, the penthouse is up here. The penthouse has its own greenhouse. And then we go in here. And this is the penthouse apartment. So that's it. So we got 3. I was going to make 4, but it seemed like it was going to be a little too big or too small on the inside, so I shrunk it down to 3. So let's go look at the back side. So you can kind of see how it goes up. I kind of like the layout on the back side. It's got a nice view too, a nice ocean view. And I probably will add a backyard fencing area for dinos to be parked there too. But one thing I noticed when I was building this, like I just thought about it, like right here, I literally could have built that a little closer to the water, and I could have added a swimming pool. So that would have been kind of cool. I should have done that. I'm not moving it now, but maybe in the future if we ever build another city or build one in a different location, because we could have multiple cities, we really could. So that's the city. The only, apart from the two fenced-in backyards, this needs a little work here, and I'll probably do that later. I didn't feel like finishing it right now. I'm gonna put walls up probably. I'm gonna do something to block that off, so you can't see underneath it, and I'll fix that. Everything needs to be painted. I need to come up with some color schemes for the city and make a lot of paint. I really need a lot. So you can see I like it. Let's go down through the city here. It actually has a city-like feel as soon as you walk down the street. Oh, I forgot to put the bushes in. That needs bushes. It sure does. We'll get some bushes put in. I think I even have them in my inventory. Alright, so you can see you will come down through the street here, and it's got like a city street kind of feel to it. And then you can actually make your trek through the cave if you want. We'll go through here. You can just keep going. We're not going to go for now, though. but it's kind of cool. And actually, there's a few spots inside this cave that has some nice building spots. So technically, there's a couple of spots that could have a huge base in it. Although you might get some bats to spawn inside your base, so that could be a problem. Let's go right here. All right, so you can see it straight down through there. I love it, guys. I'm pretty happy about it. But I'm also glad to be done. This was a big project considering all the other things I have going on and working on. So I'm pretty happy about that. Let's get down here so we can see the city from down here. I love it. So people are now these are available for rent for people on the server, and some of them know all the info on rental is in Discord. It has its own little channel there. I can even come up here and take a look around. Little observation deck up here. They could park their birds up here. They really could. So if you need to know that, I'm going to also make copies and keep them on file in the city hall that's up near my base up there, so you can actually read what's in there in game. I think that will be nice to have. Probably make a couple of copies of that and keep it in there, and then we'll get started having the city to run and function fully functional as the way it should be. So that's going to do it for this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.